Good morning, it's May 10th, day 61 on the Appalachian Trail. I'm Yolo, and I'll be bringing you all the great stuff today. Y-O-L-O. Spent the night at the shelter last night, I tented at the shelter, not in the shelter, and it was pretty peaceful. Got in last night, was able to get my cooking done. I had some beanie weenies in a large can that I picked up at the grocery store, so I'm packing out the trash for that. Tried to make a fire, but I couldn't get the fire to go to roast the hot dogs, so I'll try that today. If not, I will cook them over my stove. Or boil them. Most likely just cook them over my stove so I don't have to use up all the fuel. But my fuel canister is getting pretty low on fuel, but luckily I was able to resupply my fuel the other day, so I do have a brand new canister. So I'm packing 2 canisters and one partially filled fuel. I believe I'm the first or second one on the trail this morning leaving the shelter. Most people have slept in. It's about 7:15 a.m. right now, and I'm getting all the cobwebs from this morning and from last night, I guess. There's another town, Buena Vista. It said they got a 50-cent shuttle that runs about every hour to run into town, so I might do that. I think I'll hit that around lunchtime again, and I'll get a ride to Food Lion, and therefore I can resupply my stuff at a grocery store, and hopefully I can get the items that I want. Yesterday I just picked up what I needed. So, good morning. So if I get that shuttle into Food Lion, then I can get my protein and everything that I need to get to keep going. I do have a substantial amount of stuff, but it's not the stuff that I wish to have. But plus I'll have a bus ride in the middle of the hot day, so that would be nice. Maybe I can pack out a sandwich or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. But anyway, we're going downhill this morning, and then once we get to that parking lot, we got 2 parking lots to get to, and once we receive that second one, then it's all uphill for the next rest of the day. So the second half of the day will be all uphill. I don't know how I managed to do that, but it is what it is. The second uphill is a little over 4,000, which is higher than what we had yesterday, but that doesn't mean it's going to be as vertically challenging. It may have a lot of switchbacks. I haven't looked at the other map to see how it's laid out, but yesterday was pretty much straight up, even though they had some switchbacks, but the switchbacks were still pretty aggressive going uphill, which was sort of good because it's less mileage that we're doing, but it is wear and tear. So like right now I'm going down fairly steep. And it looks like we're coming to the road already, so this is probably the first parking lot. Last night in the tent, I think I heard a deer come through a couple times, just the crushing of the leaves. I was like, is that a bear? Is that a deer? So it was just a deer, I'm pretty sure, so no big deal. But people are fairly crazy when it comes to hanging their food bags, but they will hang food bags right over tenting areas instead of going into the woods just a little bit. So you have to watch where you put your tent, because somebody may have already put their food bag up, and now you don't want to become the bear bait where they're trying to get to their food bag and your tent's right below it, and the bear has to stand on your tent to get the food. So that was the Punch Bowl shelter. So it's 0.4 miles, so I guess we've gone 0.4 miles. The other thing is it's 0.2 miles off trail to get to the Punch Bowl shelter, so really I've gone over a little bit, a half a mile this morning, but Who's counting? So we're gonna head on to Buena Vista area at least, and we'll reconsider when we get there. The sun's out, birds are chirping. It's gonna be a good day. Well, we just came down to the road. This is the Punch Bowl Mountain overlook. The good thing is there's a trash can right here. So I'll be able to get rid of my trash, which is in abundance right now. So let me stop and do that. Beautiful sunshiny day. Well, we're getting ready to hit the 800 mile mark. I'm currently at 799.8, and I'm looking for any trace or any sign of someone displaying the 800. So if we don't, maybe we'll have to make it and get a photograph. But we're coming up very soon though. So at 8:20, I passed the 800 mile marker. Funny thing is, there's a campsite and there was someone camping just a few feet away from the sign, or the numbers I should say. But that was pretty cool. They're also through hiking. They started on February the 28th, so about 2-3 weeks before I did. So they're doing good. I'm assuming that they're going north, because everybody else seems to be going north. But anyway, 800 miles. I'll get that sent out on Instagram and Facebook in just a little while. But the farthest I've ever walked before. How about you guys? Have you guys done 800 miles in 61 days? It's pretty amazing. If you walk 61 days and 800 miles, you tend to lose weight. So I've probably lost about 35 pounds. I'm starting to see the difference. I think I'm losing some muscle mass in my upper arms and chest, even though I use the trekking poles to help work those muscles. Like I could use them now. I'm going up this hill mountain. So anyway, I've been doing really well. This morning I did decide to take an Advil. So I think that's the 3rd or 4th Advil that I've taken on this trip. And most of it was because of leg and hip issues yesterday. So I want to try to relax those a little bit. And if there's any swelling, hopefully that will help with that. But coming off that mountain yesterday was a lot of jarring. Again, even though I'm using the trekking poles to help transfer some of that weight and shock, I went ahead and decided I would take an Advil this morning to help with that. Also, I take a multivitamin. I try to take it every day, but I don't always remember. But I probably take it every 1.5 days on average. So that's keeping me hopefully somewhat healthy. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here so I can get this climb up out of the way. Coming down to the second parking lot, and there's a suspension bridge. Yeah. I don't know if you call that a parking lot or not, but these ground anchors, these turnbuckles. See the bridge moving. Slight little bounce. See some fishy. fishy. I don't see any on this side. Hey, look at that. Glittering spider web. What a beautiful scene. Let me see if I can walk straight now. I believe this is the second or third suspension bridge that we've had a footpath over. It's pretty cool. Spanning the river. It sure beats having to wade in the water and ford across. All right, heading back up. Breaking more cobwebs now. At the 800 mile mark, the lady in the tent said that I was the first one that had come by this morning. I believe it because I'm breaking all the cobwebs across. I'm blazing the trail with cobwebs, I guess. Just hiked with another hiker. He's a retired electrician out of Ohio. He's in the Union. He's retired though. His name is Sparky. So once he told me that, I was like, hey, are you an electrician? He said he was, and says I was the only one that's ever picked up on that. So I informed him that I knew what a Sparky was because I'm a Sparky as well. But he's out here enjoying the trail. Retired. He says he's glad he's left the electrical field. He's out here on the Appalachian Trail. So congratulations, Sparky, for leaving Ohio and coming out on this trail. It's a beautiful day. He's getting off after 6 miles today, just doing an easy day. So he can go into Buena Vista and get a resupply. His wife is sending him packages. He says it costs a lot more that way, but he doesn't have to do any shopping, so he's happy about that. Anyway, it was nice meeting you, Sparky. I don't know if I'll see you again since you're not doing as many miles, but I'm sure we'll run into one another somewhere. We're in town today, possibly. So let's keep going. I got 4 miles to get to the road area to pick up the bus or the shuttle or whatever it is. Or I may even just thumb it into town and try to get the bus back. So let's see how it works out. All right, guys, we got to hop scotch across this thing and hopefully stay dry. Looks like might be one area right here that is a little sketchy. I almost want to put my thing on. Let's see if we can get to this rock right here. It looks like I caught my foot in the water. So hopefully it's not going to soak through. But... all right, well, we made it. I did have a, I guess I caught the water as I came across it, but it's a pretty nice little water area. I don't know if that's a beaver did that or what. Anyway, we got about 2 miles into town, or I'm sorry, into the parking area. On here, they got this trail mark rather than having blazes for some reason. I guess they thought it would be easier to have a sign than 2 painted lines. But All right. Hopefully while I'm in town, I can upload a video and get that out to you guys. Although the time you get this, it's going to be 20 days behind. But anyway, off I go. A little monument to the past. Sounds so wonderful. Got this spring that's letting water into the water, the creek. But it goes on and on and on. How relaxing the sound is. Be hitting the parking area here before too long. Wonder what this is. This is like a well, maybe. Let's see what it is. Oh, could have been an old fireplace. Could be just an area where they stack stones. Anyway, we're heading to the parking lot so we can go into Buena Vista to get some lunch. Recharge batteries, hopefully download a video or two. Hey guys, I got off trail and trying to hitch a ride into Buena Vista, and this kind gentleman was able to stop and pick me up. So, do you mind just saying who you are?
Hey, I'm Paul Whitehead from Livingston, Virginia.
That's Paul Whitehead from Livingston, Virginia, and you're down here canoeing and doing some fishing, correct?
That's right.
So, well, I really appreciate you picking me up and toting me into town.
Oh, we love seeing.
Thank you very much.
We love seeing through hikers.
All right. Just heading into Buena Vista to get something to eat and to resupply. So, thank you very much. It's a beautiful day. We're getting a ride back to the trail, courtesy of the local authorities with the minibus. It was said it was 50 cents, but since COVID, it seems like it's been free. So this is a 10-mile ride, shuttle ride, that will either cost me 50 cents or nothing at all. So I went to Food Lion, which is where I was dropped off, and charged my batteries, and I charged my phone. Also, I got a chicken, 4-piece chicken that was fried. Went outside, ate that with a soda, and then after I did that, I went in and started shopping, and I've spent the most that I have. It was $38, but I've got peanut butter and jelly, I've got Cheez-Its, I've got pudding, fruit cocktail, hot dog buns, cheese, Gatorade powder, Propel powder, and a couple bananas. So I am going to be heavy, but I'll have plenty of food. Also got 5 chicken and meat packs, like the Starkist meat packs. So should have plenty of food, and we'll get back to the trailhead, hike out. Hopefully tonight I can build a fire and do some hot dogs on the fire, and then have ketchup and buns. And I forgot to ask the deli if they had any condiments such as mustard or whatever. But anyway, I am heading back on the trail. Hey guys, I'm trying to get a ride back to the trailhead, and just hitching a ride, and this gentleman in the beautiful orange Jeep with the bolt rims is going to try to assist me if we get all the stuff situated around in his Jeep and get my pack in here. So, where are you from, and what are you doing down here? Okay, that's a city or a town, right? Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can do this, guys. Hey guys, we're in the Jeep heading back to trailhead. We have a few minutes left, but I wanted to introduce the gentleman that's picked me up. So you want to introduce yourself and say what you're doing, where you're going, where you live, and whatever else?
You bet. My name's Scott Rolfe. I am from Lansing, Michigan, and I'm heading to Appomattox, Virginia, where I'm hooking up with a buddy. And one of the things that we do is we love on pastors. We like to snag pastors and go for their hearts and just encourage them and help them out. And so I came out here a year ago, and I'm coming back now and meeting with different men's guys around campfires and pastors and just loving on them.
All right, well, I appreciate that. I just, there's a mailbox back there for apparently no apparent reasons, but anyway, I really appreciate the ride back and the fellowship and the little bit of talking that we've been able to do. So thank you very much. Hey guys, we're getting back on trail. Here's Wendy's van, and he's getting ready to leave me. So we'll say goodbye to him. So we're heading back on the trail at basically 5 minutes till 4. So there he goes. So I'm back on the trail. Thanks again very much for the ride. That was a blessing. You get that sun out of your face. I'm sorry about that. So I made it to town. I hitched a ride, as you saw, and then got into Food Lion and did my battery charging and everything. Let's check this out. So we got a shelter. I think that's 2.0. and another one in 4.4. So we'll see what we can do for tonight. Got to Food Lion. Immediately went to some place I could charge my battery in my battery bank. So that was charging while I was shopping. It's not good to shop when you're hungry. So it was around 12:30, 1 o'clock. So I went ahead and got a rotisserie chicken and ate a half a chicken, which is what I bought, and drank a soda. I then went back in and started doing some shopping. So I wanted some fruit cocktail, so I didn't buy it yet, but I put it in my cart along with some cheese, fruit cocktail, and some pudding, little pudding cups. I then went to the freezer section where the ice cream is, and I stuck it in there so it could start getting cold. Colder. The pudding and the fruit cocktail was store temperature, room temperature. So I wanted to eat it cold, so I stuck it in the freezer while I went ahead and shopped. So then I lingered around in the store for a little while and did my shopping. So I have a full pack, thanks to Chris and Dan sharing some spicy Cheez-Its. I went ahead and got a box of that, so that was good. I think I have that on my pack. I hopefully do. Yeah. I want to make sure I didn't lose my hot dog buns and the other stuff. But got Pop-Tarts and a whole slew of stuff. I think I've already told you that on the bus. So anyway, I was on the bus. The bus driver turned and down this road, and I'm like, I don't ever remember turning when I came here. It was a straight shot right into the grocery store. So she pulled up about a block and says, all right, this is where most hikers get out. And I'm like, it's not where I want. I want like 10 miles up trail. So I got miscommunicated. I thought they was going to come to the trail, but they didn't. I want to stop and show you something real quick. So this is bear crap. So let me pause for a moment. There's someone coming. There's a couple hikers that were coming that is training for Denali. They said they were day hiking, and I'm like, with all that packed? And they said they were training. But anyway, the bus driver dropped me off and said this is where the hikers all get out. I'm like, well, okay, now I got to figure out what I need to do. So I checked old Google Maps, and I was correct. We didn't make any turns. It's a straight shot back to the trailhead. So I was like, all right, Lord, help me out here. So wasn't too many vehicles going my way. They were mostly turning where the bus turned. So that must be a major intersection. So all right. So I stuck my thumb out, and the third vehicle, which was the Jeep, pulled over. So that was a blessing. So he is basically a missionary for ministers. So that's pretty good. But we had a good conversation in the 10 minutes or so that we're in the vehicle. He dropped me off, we prayed, and now we're back on the trail. I can feel the weight and the sun on me as I heat up. But anyway, I tapped on Wendy's van door to see if she was there, to tell her I was back. She must be out here hiking. I might run into her a little bit later, hiking with Wayne. Because as Wayne is coming in, she will hike toward him and then hike back out with him. So that's pretty good. But I wanted to point out that bear poo just lets us know that there are bears present in the area. We see that very often on the trail. Not so much on a stone like that, but you'll see tufts of hair where I think they're losing their winter fur coming into summer. So we'll see patches of black fur just laying on the trail. And then we'll see bear dung as well. So that's why you hang your food bag up in the trees so the bears don't get it. You just don't hang it in a tree, but you hang it on a limb so the bear can't climb the tree and then reach out and try to get it. So it's good to have it at least 6 foot off the main trunk of the tree and then hanging down. And we use a PTC knot, or PCT knot rather, and basically just let our cordage hang. because if you hang it in the limb and then tie it to around the tree, the bears figured out that they can just swipe at the tree to cut the cord and they get the food. The way we do it, the PCT style, the bear can mess with the string unless he's agile enough to grab the string and pull it down and pull out the little hitch pin. He's not going to get our food. So it's just suspended. But hopefully there's no bears that will get our food, but there are bears out here. I just have not seen them. Others have though. All right, I'm breathing heavy, trying to get up this mountain. So let me get off here. Hey, lizard. We're getting a view. Maybe the lizard's getting a view of this. It's like, oh, it's a beautiful day. Let's go up here and see what we can see today and get in the breeze. Because it's hot. So let's just enjoy the day and the breeze and the scenery. I gotta get up to the top of this tree. I'm saying I gotta get to the top of this mountain. I got my trekking pole strapped to my backpack. It's probably the smartest thing. I got out of the Jeep, I didn't take him off because I had forgotten to. Also, I probably have about 2 cups of water, and there's not a water resupply for several miles. Should be okay. There's another shelter that has water, but I think it's 0.6 miles off trail. Not sure why they put the thing so far off trail. It's not like we want to hike that far. But anyway, if we want water, that's where we're going to go. There's another wonderful view. I'm almost on the top of this pinnacle. Spacious skies, amber waves of grain, and mountains high. Or something like that. Looks like I have a big old bowl down there. There's a valley. Big old baseball diamond. Maybe that's where the UFOs landed, in that big bowl. Who knows? All right, let's keep going. We're not even about there yet. We still have some time to hike. I just had to stop and get my Gatorade out of my backpack because I'm out of water. So I chugged about half of that quart of Gatorade. I tried to sip it, but man, it just goes down so smooth and it tastes so good that next thing you know, it's about half gone. Anyway, I think this is the pinnacle for the day. Once we get up this, it's downhill, at least to a valley, and then I think it's back up a hill again, but not quite this high. So it is what it is. Hiking on. Might even have a view up here at this pinnacle as well on the other side of the mountain. Just give me a minute and I'll get us there. It's a little bit higher, but it's not as grand as the other one. So just go ahead and stop videoing here. So guys, we just came over this mountain, down in a valley, and then back up. So this is our view. Start seeing some shadows on the mountain. There's something shiny over here. I guess it's a town. Something way back there. And here I am, me and my shadow. All right, let's get this done. We got one more up, I think, and then we gotta back down. There's something, I just had to break my waist strap loose because there's something poked me in the back. So apparently something in my pack has shifted or moved around or something like that. And now it's putting a little pressure on my kidney area. Or maybe not my kidney area, but somewhere in the back, right of my spine. But anyway, it's a little tough. So I may have to stop if I can't withstand it for another mile. And unpack my pack and repack to figure out what it is. Maybe my pot, maybe the fuel or something, but it's definitely moved around and is poking me. All right, guys, we got to the top of the mountain in the knoll. We got a 360-degree panoramic view of the mountain, and we got a little bit of mountains going on. And now we got to get off the mountain. Got one camper, and I am out of water, so I'm heading on. All right, guys, we got a 360-degree panoramic view top of this mountain. So it is beautiful. We got one camper over here, through hiker, and I am going to head down because I'm out of water. I'd like to camp up here, but need some water, so it is what it is. A couple more miles, I'll be at camp. So you're gonna head up this mountain here and then down. So I got my tent set up. Got a little fire, and I've been roasting some hot dogs that I toted out, and just enjoying this little bitty fire. Good. Roasting a hot dog on the fire. I got my bun all ready with ketchup and mustard. This is additional flavoring. It's hickory, so it's supposed to be on there. That was amazing. I just changed the camera and it went dark, which it is dark. So there's the sun set. Guys, that's it for tonight. It was a short day. I did 3 hours in town in Buena Vista, Virginia, and went to Food Lion and had some chicken. Got a resupply and got some buns and eat some hot dogs. So I was able to have those tonight. So I've got a lot of protein in me now, and I'll either discard the other 3 hot dogs I didn't eat. So that means I eat 5 hot dogs. So you guys have a great evening. I'm Yolo. Don't forget, you only live once, so do it right the first time. There's no need to do it again. Good night, y'all.